Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here, you guys. I sat down with the Sidley twins and we had just the best time talking. We really get into some juicy stuff. It's so juicy and so much, in fact, that I broke this up into 2 episodes. So this is part one. And I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who contributed to this video. So many of you wrote in. Well, first of all, this video is about Harry and Meghan and their rebrand attempts. So many of you wrote in to give me ideas and your thoughts on rebrands. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who took the time to write me to help with this daunting task of talking about Harry and Meghan's rebrands. So I have a separate video where I go into a bunch of rebrands they did when they were dating and then when they got engaged. This is post all of that. So in no particular order, we just talk about different rebrands they've done in different ways they've attempted to rebrand themselves. So we really get into a good talk. I hope you enjoy this. Again, this is part one. Look for part two very soon. Thank you, Nancy and Stephanie. If you're not already subscribed to the Sidley twins, definitely go check them out. Now let's take a look and get into this. So I'm here with some of my favorite co-hosts. I won't even say guests, my part of my triplet team here.
Yay.
The Sidley twins. Hi guys. Nancy,
Hi.
Stephanie, how are you?
Good. How's our favorite triplet?
Oh, thanks. I'm good. I'm just so glad you're here.
We always love to be on your show. We will always be your number one guest if you ask us.
If you let us.
Oh, don't say that. I'll constantly bug you then. That's great. But yeah, tell us. So they have an amazing YouTube channel. We know that. We love them over there. But tell us anything. This will be going up. We're recording a few days early, but I don't what kind of stuff you working on? I know you just have lots of fun stuff.
Meghan has lately just been in PR blitz mode. We know this. So we've been able to do things daily on stuff she's been putting out.
Yes.
And People Magazine's been helping her. So we've just been kind of like shedding light on that and what's going on as far as how she's just trying to work that PR machine again.
We think we're getting ready for her to go to the Oscars with
maybe.
So we're sort of gearing up to that and just trying to find clues to all that. And especially her doing 2 pap walks a day in LA. That doesn't help.
Yeah. So
cause.
Yeah. So Meghan's been keeping us busy. Unfortunately.
So then, not to put you on the spot, what's a prediction? What's she going to wear to the Oscars then?
I think she's going to wear. I think she's going to wear
ill-fitting and wrinkled.
No, she'll wear that. What's her name? The girl who did her Givenchy wedding dress.
Oh, yeah.
She was seen coming out at Cipriani's in Beverly Hills with her. So
yes.
If she does wear a gown, I guarantee it'll be her.
Probably.
Okay. I think you're spot on with the beige, though. Ill-fitting, dragging the ground.
Yeah. Non-iron, non-steam.
Yes.
That's my prediction.
I think that's a safe bet. Something that screams, look at me, right?
Something that doesn't make any sense for the event, too.
Yeah.
Like, wearing a ball gown inside a movie theater in Jamaica. Kind of weirdness going on,
Yeah, Jen, you know what? We need to figure out what the weather's going to be, and then we'll let you know the lane. The lane.
Maybe she'll wear culottes.
That's right. And if it's 80 degrees, a parka,
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, we look forward to seeing your videos on all of that. I'm so excited. But today I'm having you on so we could talk rebrands. Dun, dun, dun. So this video should last about 4 days, I think.
At least
from all the rebrands.
Yeah. They're really stretching it, aren't they?
They are. So I did a separate video where I talk about the rebrands leading up to their engagement. So this comes after that. And we just the 3 of us sat and talked about what we, some of them. We'll try to hit the highlights. I'm sure we'll miss some. So please leave us comments. Let us know which ones you want us to talk about. And we'll just get into it in no particular order because they've done so many. I just thought we'd dive right in. So the first one I have listed is rebranding to become authors. So just a reminder, her book, The Bench, came out in June of 2021. I did a So Much Cringe video on it. And of course, his book, Spare, came out in January of 2023. Authors. Did you read her book, The Bench?
No.
Nancy's face told me everything.
I listened to the audio.
Oh, okay.
And then I turned it off. I know I didn't listen to the whole thing. She was in this weird twang, trying to rhyme. It was really uncomfortable, like super cringe.
Yes.
So I got the gist of it. It was really bad. It was horrible.
It was really bad. And we don't have to go back over all of it, but yeah, I did a video on it. Basically, I just thought the nerve of the two of them to have anything to do with a book that's about a child's relationship with its father. You know, let's ask either one of them about their relationship with their father, right?
Cringe times a million. And the book tour was even cringier. She went to that school in it was the Bronx,
Harlem,
or Harlem. Yeah, she went there in New York, and she was wearing big old blazer and trousers, but it was like 85 degrees outside, and she wouldn't let the kids like take pictures with her. That was cringy.
She was wearing what Michelle Obama wore to Biden's inauguration, the exact same outfit. You guys know that?
There was I did show a comparison. I didn't know that's when Michelle wore that, but yeah, similar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So Jen, do you think she's going to start writing children's books? Is that what you?
I don't. That one, when you look it up, the reviews are pretty awful. I think
she's done stuff. I think she's
thinking about rebranding.
Yes, that's right. So I don't know. Maybe if they run out of other ideas, maybe she'll recircle that. Now, remember the controversy with that book was there was another book. It was called The Boy on the Bench by Corinne Avarice.
That's right.
And allegedly they people speculate that the stories are very similar.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her, but it was such a basic, weird, dumb book.
Yes.
It also made sense that she would be capable of writing such weirdness because it just didn't make any sense. It wasn't like, I think I did read one review to it, and they did say that it because I was a kindergarten teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I came at the book from like, would I be able to read this story to my kids? Because they would send us on conventions and stuff. That's where we would get most of our curriculum and our books. And I'm looking at this book, and it wouldn't keep my kids' attention because the illustrations were just really monotone, very beige.
Yes.
And the wording was very confusing, and it didn't really have a story. Kids like stories. Yes, exactly. And I see where she was trying to go with it, but I could see why it wasn't in every library in America. It just was not a very good book.
So basic beige.
Yeah. So
yes, basic beige.
I don't think she's going to go down the route of children's books anytime soon, as far as rebranding goes. But I do believe she will attempt to write a book for sure.
I think so too. I think so.
Whether we like it or not, that will happen. Yeah.
Yes. My prediction on that has always been, I think there's one coming soon. Just a feeling I have, and then one coming after they split. Like I survived, or how I dealt with all of that, all that sort of thing. So,
well, he made a deal with Penguin Random House. That wasn't. They gave him $20 million, but not for just that one book.
No,
he's got like a contract, I believe. So
I think you're right. Yeah.
Good luck with that, Harry. Right, having another book come out of that.
Yeah, which brings me to his book, Spare. Did you read Spare?
No, I did not sit down and read Spare.
Okay.
We got a copy of Spare when we bought we streamed the Dr. Victor Garber.
No, Maite.
I'm sorry. You know why I say this? Because I'm a fan of his. Dr. Mate, his son, is a reporter. And I'm a fan of his. His name's Aaron Mate. So I was getting the names mixed up. Sorry.
No problem.
It was a pay-per-view event.
Exactly. So we had to pay, I think it was
$40.
like $30 or $40. And you get a free book. They send you whether you say no or not.
That's the only way you could have watched the interview with Prince Harry and Dr. Mate. And so we didn't read the book. But we got the book.
I got the gist of it.
Didn't
you read it, Jen? You read
I did.
Thing? Yeah, you did.
I read the whole thing. I wanted to hit my head against the wall. Yes. I recapped it. I did it. Yeah.
I remember that.
How much wine did you drink?
I know, not enough. I felt like I was dumber after I read it.
Well, Jen, did you get the impression, because from what I got, the little I did read of it, that he didn't really write this book.
Absolutely not. No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that he sat down with the ghostwriter, told him some things, and then the ghostwriter wrote some, and then Meghan took it over.
That's what I think as well.
That's what I
think
really
all the
think.
stuff about Catherine
Oh,
and
yeah.
the chapstick or the lipstick
Mhm.
that she shared and stories
Absolutely.
like that, that just
Uh-huh.
sounds like something out of the Tick, like something, catty or something. And
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
It
I
just
think
doesn't
so
make any
too.
sense.
Yeah.
I don't need a, remember when she was knocking Catherine's wedding
Yes.
in the Tig?
Some girls dream of being princesses. I always dreamed of being like She-Ra, whatever she said. Yeah.
I like wearing capes.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about? What did Princess Catherine ever do to you,
What's
dude?
she doing wrong?
Exactly.
Doing
Just existing
I
pisses
think
Meghan
so.
off. So who knows? But yeah, so they're rebranded as authors. Let's see. And then from there, again, in no particular order, they've rebranded as podcasters. I know.
This is my favorite. I was worried. I was worried after was it Archetypes or whatever it was?
Uh-huh.
I was worried. I was worried we were never going to hear anything like that again. Because Stephanie and I, man, we woke up one morning because they would play it like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
They would
West Coast.
on the West, wherever.
Oh, okay.
And I think the first one we listened to, I went in your bedroom and we laid on your bed and we listened to the Korean spa one.
Yep.
Oh,
We were just like, we just couldn't believe what we were listening to.
Oh my gosh.
About her naked with her mom at a Korean spa.
And her trying to relate to other Korean women.
And her saying that she was immersed in the culture. It didn't make any sense. And I was a fan ever since then because I would look forward to them because I'm like, how much crazier can this get? And it kept getting wackier and crazier. And what I found interesting, did you listen to those podcasts?
I listened to one episode and I was so pissed off. I don't think I turned on Jay. I made Jay listen to it too. And every time I bring it up, he's like, I hate that podcast.
Poor Jay.
It was awful. But did you notice, Jen, in the podcast, she would say she was interviewing people, but it was more like you would hear the people talking in a distance, like Margaret Cho, and then she would come in, and then all of a sudden you'd get an ad.
Yeah.
There were a lot of ads in it. There were a lot of ads, I noticed.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, the guests that she was plugging would only have like 5 minutes, and then they would disappear, and then they would bring someone else in that we didn't even know. It was just so random. It was all over the place. So I can't imagine her new podcast being any better. She supposedly is going to talk more about her personal life.
She's going to tell stories.
Yeah, here you go. She's going to be doing some inner reflecting. And I say it like that because everything was in that breathy, sexy voice.
She's gonna share stories from her own life. So I guess the Korean spa naked mom story, was that not from her real life? Was that her imaginary life?
I know.
I'm not sure what this means.
And it was so, campy when, of course she has a woman who is Nigerian on the show. So that's where she decides to tell everyone she's 43% Nigerian. It's just like, that's how it came out.
I didn't realize that.
We had an actress on there who was Nigerian.
Uh-huh.
And
she's like, oh, I like that. I'll be that.
Who are you? She goes, what are you, Meghan? And she goes, I just got my ancestry done, which she was lying about because supposedly she did it back in 2016 when she went to Malta.
Malta, I remember, yeah.
Maltese.
She's such a liar.
And she goes, and then the girl goes, so what are you? And she goes, 43% Nigerian. And then the girl gets all excited and she's like, yeah. And then the girl goes, I knew you were Nigerian. I mean, the whole thing was so campy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that is bad. Yeah, no, I didn't know where she was coming up with that. That math just doesn't math with me. Everybody I've heard explain it say that it just doesn't make any sense.
I'm thinking now that maybe she said it because the girl was on the show. She might have thought that soundbite wouldn't have stuck, maybe.
Okay.
It was like,
or she's just
stupid. But
I
she hasn't
think she
thought about
thinks
it.
she can outsmart everybody. So now that it has taken off, she wears like that dress that was Nigerian colors and things and
Yeah.
tries to, I don't know, relate
You know
back.
what I love about that new article with her new podcast? She says she's
Oh.
going to try to stay away from Hollywood. It says at the bottom, sorry. It says she
That's
doesn't
okay.
want the podcast to be celebrity driven.
Ah.
Though she'll have some stars on it, dude.
That
She'll
doesn't
have some stars on it.
She was trying to get Taylor Swift, and Taylor said
No. I'm just saying it's so interesting. What that means in layman's terms is
Yes.
burn so many bridges. But
Yes.
she's going to try to get some celebrities that still talk to her.
Okay.
Guys, don't get too excited because she doesn't know that many.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that there's that annoying girl that she sticks with, Abigail from yeah, she's so annoying. I think probably her and who's the other, Priyanka Chopra. I think they've stayed.
Maybe.
So
it's
a gamble.
Janina Gavankar. That's the one.
No, and Pop Trina.
Yeah, she is also.
No,
friends
you're
with
right,
her.
Jen. That's true.
That's a good catch. But she'll definitely have Abigail Spencer on there.
yes.
She's on that John Cryer show now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she'll have something to promote as well.
CBS.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're calling it.
Good
But yeah, that's a very good point. I don't think I can't imagine she's going to get anybody good for this podcast. So she's spinning it as a listen about me. But didn't that fail spectacularly before? That's why we're here.
Yeah, everything they touch turns to crap.
It does. It's like everything they touch.
Yeah.
I can't imagine can we list anything? We're three smart people. Can we list anything that they've done that has been successful? Even Invictus
is failing.
Yeah.
From if you look at it from 2014, where you had like the Bidens there and you had dignitaries from every single country there. To Germany, where there was nobody there. I mean, everything just kind of like deteriorates.
You're right. That's a very good point.
I mean, that's why nobody wants to be around them. I would say. I mean,
I would steer clear as well, but I can't think of anything that's been successful. They continue to play victim. That's been a common thread, but
that's successful. That's been very successful.
I mean, you can say what you want, but that's their brand.
That's their brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's that South Park clip, right? Where it said what sorority girl, whatever else, and then victim.
Oh yeah, when they go through the list of her, what she does, yeah. What is it? Motivational.
Victim.
Let's see. I thought you guys would have a lot to say about this one. They rebranded as Animal Lovers. So I know.
Yeah, we did a whole episode on this where she sends Marcus Anderson over to the Mayhew animal shelter, which
in London.
And she can go to Jamaica. She can fly to Jamaica, where the State Department is saying Americans should not go visit Jamaica right now because it's so dangerous.
Sure.
But she can't get on a plane to London.
Yeah.
Her friend, her really good friend passed away, and she sends a video message.
Yeah.
It was honoring him for a wing for the animal charity that she isn't even on the board of, or
yeah.
I mean,
way to make it about herself, I think.
And that was the day she did 2 pap walks in LA.
Yeah, I would have been really impressed had she just done that and not done the video message and just do it.
Don't tell us.
Just give them the money and be anonymous. And if you want to, I mean,
absolutely.
Dogs are like, I mean, they're like children to me. It's like we should just be giving. They're helpless. They have to rely on us. So they're she's exploiting this weak, poor things that need our help.
And Jen, I understand the celebrity part of backing a charity. The problem is Meghan Markle cannot back charities right now. Everything she touches, everything she's involved with will be in some way villainized by the public. Okay. It just will. I'm sorry. That's where we are in life right now after what she did to the Queen. So she needs to stay out of it. This was obviously a push because I did a little research on that day, and the Mayhew, all the articles for the Mayhew Animal Center and all the pap walks that she did bounced everybody back to Sussex.com.
It was an
Oh.
website.
Mhm.
And she put
Wow.
old pictures of her with the dogs at Mayhew, and she put them on the Sussex .com website. So every single thing she did that day bounced us back to that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And one of the things Mayhew advocates is keeping owners together with their dogs, which is so.
Jen brought that up.
Yeah, and you brought that up, Jen, about
That's
her
okay.
dumping Bogart.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I couldn't remember which one it was. So it's Bogart, and you've done the homework here. But before we go into that, tell us. I want to go watch your video after this. So tell us do you remember the name? Did you write Mayhew in the title of your video? Do you remember?
Yeah,
It is to it. Sorry, Jen.
No. Take your time. I just want everybody to go watch that video so they know.
It's got Marcus on the cover on the title
let's
slide,
see.
but
If you can find the date, it's
right there.
uploaded too.
Yeah, we'll get that. Sorry, which one is? Right there.
It would have been around the 24th of February.
Well, I'll send it to you right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I just sent you the link.
Everybody go watch that video afterwards because that sounds fascinating. I really don't know as much about that. So I want to go watch it
It
too.
comes to dogs and cats.
I was shocked. I was just totally shocked. I mean, she tried to make it out that, like, you know, if you didn't read the fine detail, you would think she was still a patron. I mean,
it was
she's
shady.
You know, what freaks me out is they're really trying to be royal again. If you just look at their Sussex website, their new revamped website.
But they're showing pictures from when they were royal.
Yeah, I mean, this is
working royal.
This is getting like the boundaries. You know?
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
You're taking advantage of the king.
Yep.
Taking advantage of the king being sick, going against what they worked out with not that they worked anything out, but you know, I mean, like disobeying the queen at this point. I just awful people.
Awful.
I did want to circle back. You said so Bogart. She had given the excuse that he was too old to travel to the UK, and again, you have come through with the research. Can you tell us what you found on that?
She adopted Bogart in 2013. Okay. And he was a puppy.
He was a puppy.
So we did the math. And 13, let's say he's 1. And not only was he a puppy, he was definitely around like really small puppy age, because there's also a picture of her taking him to puppy kindergarten, which I know because I took my dog to puppy kindergarten, the one puppy I ever got. And she's got the certificate and everything. So if she got it in 2013, that's 14, 15, 16, 17. That means that Bogart 4 or 5 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Old. That's not a senior dog. Senior dogs are 6 and up. That is considered a senior dog. So I don't know what she's talking about. And the other thing that breaks my heart, Stephanie and I are crazy animal lovers. And even when you had cats, we have
that
rule.
means animals.
Yeah, that's what, right now we have dogs. We revolve our life. I'm not saying everyone should do this, but Meghan, who had a lifestyle like you and I have now, where we don't have kids and shit. We
like not really, but
it does come in our, like, my boyfriend knows this as well. That the dog is a priority. It's not just, oh, now I have a boyfriend. Now I can go out and do all this stuff. Like, that's a priority. And we have broken plans because we have a rule where my parents live 5 minutes away from us, and sometimes they're at their vacation house down south. If mom and dad are out of town and they can't watch the dogs and we have to go somewhere, we break our plans. We don't keep our dogs alone. I know that sounds crazy. Some people do, and that's fine, but we make them a priority. It looked like Meghan was making her dogs a priority. She took a million pictures of them. They were that's all she ever talked about. They were her babies. She would take them on the set, in the car with her, everything. And then these two best friends, Guy and Bogart, she ripped apart.
Yeah.
Like, I live next door to Stephanie. And my dog Lady and her dog Luna, their favorite thing in the morning is for us to open up our doors and greet each other outside, and they get to see their cousins. I would never separate these dogs. If Stephanie moved, if let's say you had to go somewhere, we would keep the dogs together.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool to separate them.
Absolutely.
She's not a good dog owner. She's not a good person. She's not a good mother. You have to have a motherly instinct to be a good dog owner or cat owner or whatever. And she just doesn't have that. She wasn't. It's not in her.
So we can
brain.
take the dog was too old theory out the window. That never happened.
Never happened.
So let's say it really was Harry, the dog. Listen, I had a dog, Lewis, and he did not get along with a lot of people. He was like if I had him in my hand, he'd try to bite. He was scared of people because he was not by me. And before. And maybe the Bogart didn't get along with Harry.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't. But then Meghan, get the dog some training. Have Harry do some training. You don't dump your dog.
No. Once you take that on, that's it. That's your dog. Yeah. You don't. No.
So that's cruel. It's cruel.
Very cruel. And then I know one of them, I don't remember which one it was, ended up in double casts. I mean, a lot of weirdness going on. And then Harry has a horrible history with the polo horse and amongst other things. Yeah, it's just awful. But I don't want to go too dark, but the animal lover rebrand. It was just we heard a lot about the animals until we just
we know it's crap.
Yeah, if you watch our video, we'll debunk it.
They don't care about animals.
They don't give a crap.
Harry doesn't care about animals.
He doesn't care.
Absolutely, no, I agree completely.
William had dogs, and you can see pictures of him, but Harry he only got dogs after Meghan. It wasn't like Harry had a dog at Knockcott when he was living there.
No,
it wasn't like he had a companion.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Some people, listen, to each his own. Some people just aren't dog lovers, but you know what?
Or animal lovers.
I wouldn't change my habits for a man. I would say, dude, you got to get along with my dog.
Right.
We love each other. This is stupid.
Yeah. It's a package deal. Yeah.
She just completely dumped her dog.
She dumped her, and that's what narcissists do.
But that just goes to show you, who knows what life is like in that home? I don't even want to know at this point.
No, you're exactly right. Oh.
Sorry to go on about the dogs.
No. You guys are filling in so much more information. No, that's exactly why I brought it up. I knew you guys would have the research and the information on that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Another rebrand after Spare. Remember, they rebranded as Entertainers. That's about the time I believe she signed with WME, and they were saying they would not talk about the royal family anymore. They were done with that part. How has that gone?
I know, Jen. I'd love to hear your interpretation on that one.
I don't know. Rebranding your website is Sussex.com. I don't know. Jen, what do you think?
I think that when they said that, they thought there was hope for themselves with this agency, that she especially would have these big opportunities. Well, nothing's come of it. So it's like, oh, shit, I guess we're royals again.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
The crest. What do you think about the?
Oh my god!
The dove and the.
Well, first of all, we need a triplet crest. 3 glasses of wine in there, and a goose, and some dogs, and
I love it. Well, Nancy drinks gin, so we should do 2 glasses of wine and then a thing of gin and a
perfect. Yes,
awesome, Jen.
I love it. We'll work on that, but I think the crest is ridiculous. To answer your question, and apparently it was allegedly just hers or something that they used.
She got gifted a coat of arms. So did Princess Catherine. I mean, it's just something you get, and our family has a coat of arms. It's just something people do in Europe, I guess.
And people also like to get the pinky rings with their coat of arms. It's just a normal family thing.
I mean, I live what used to be my grandparents' house, and we still have the coat of arms next door.
It was cool. So she of course wanted to exploit it though, Jen.
Yeah, she's exploiting
it now. Yeah. So that's what I feel about it. I feel like she does not give a crap about family,
especially with Americans. Like Stephanie and I have, like I said, coat of arms is not an American thing. People don't really know what it is until you explain it. So why do this if your market is going to be America and working here? And I just, it was obvious that that's what she's trying to do. Listen, they're not making any money in the States, okay? And, they're not going to be able to sustain their life in Montecito much longer. If they move, listen, the perfect thing for her is if she feels she has to be forced back to the UK, because tuition in Montecito, I don't even want to know how much tuition is if those kids go to school.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I'm saying that everything's taken care of in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think,
What do
Jen? You think the family's going to accept them back? You think King Charles is going to accept them back?
That is such a tough question. I think King Charles will always have a soft spot in his heart for Harry, but I think in terms of a working relationship, that's done. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't.
And William, he's not going to allow
Yeah.
Meghan back.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
I think they'll allow Meghan. They'll allow Harry back in the context where, yeah, you can come back home, but that's it.
But that's it. Exactly. Kind of, I don't know, almost like an Andrew situation where you just push him in the back and don't let him talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll protect you, but you can't say anything.
Hey,
exactly.
We love you. You're always our kid.
We'll give you a house.
Sure. But that asshat can't stop talking. We just came on the heels of this. Did you watch the Hulu documentary? Oh,
I saw so many. The Hulu documentary was a takeoff of obviously the GMA interview.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I watched that, and then I saw the clips. We just did a show on that today that we'll put out later. Sorry, not today, Jen.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Jen.
That's okay. No, it's okay.
I'm making her take it back.
No, it's
that's what I do. I make her do that all the time.
Okay. No, but I did watch it, and I did watch it. I watched the interview, and and then the Royal Rogue came out with the clips.
He had a couple clips on there of this guy.
So I did see some
this royal commentator.
Robert Jobson. Yeah, I did a whole recap on this.
Did you watch it, Jen?
I did. I recapped it too. Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, I got
20-minute documentary. I talked for 40 minutes about how stupid it was.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that though. That's why I love you, Jen.
Now, Jen, wasn't it just like recycled old clips of
That's
things?
exactly what it was. Yes. Yep. Repurposed just to try to seem more important. Yep.
That's what I thought. I didn't bother watching it because
you didn't miss anything.
Gathered, that's what it was. I mean, obviously, Harry's people, Meghan's people, whatever.
Yeah.
It was spewed out on People magazine.
Yep.
On Twitter that William is jealous of Harry.
Exactly. Of what? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. They did William is jealous of Harry for his success with Invictus, but then in a separate video I pointed out, and I read other people pointing out, so if that's the case, then why after Megxit did Prince William still give over $1 million to Invictus to support his brother's, whatever? It just doesn't, you can't make that make sense. And
but they're relying on people that don't follow it as closely as we do, which is the majority of Americans. I mean, it's true. If American sees that article pop up on People magazine, they're just going to read the headline and then they're going to think something's up and that's going to be the end of it. They're not going to care. They're not going to, I mean, it's just all.
I still think they're collecting stuff, again, old stuff, obviously from Invictus. They're just collecting stuff to put on that new website.
I think so too.
I feel whoever's behind it, WME or whoever's trying to get cash in on them, that website is a huge piece of the pie.
But why did
huge piece of the pie?
Why are they pushing this royal narrative all of a sudden?
I can't answer that right now, but I am trying to get the puzzle together. But
because what other choices do they have?
They have no other choices.
I know, but that thing's gonna. I mean, it's gonna backfire because
absolutely.
We didn't. I was telling people ask me, my friends over the pond, they go, "Do you guys call people prince and princess when they're here?" And I go, no, not really. I go, that was kind of the point of winning the revolutionary. So we wouldn't have to do that anymore. That we don't recognize the monarchy. We respect the monarchy, 100%, and we would never go against it. But as far as recognizing it, I guess you could if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if the rebrand to being royals again is really is a smart path,
especially in this climate, the way America is right now with the election going on. It just seems like a weird way to go.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's very weird. To me, one of the biggest rebrands we've had, and this has been a continuing theme for them, victims.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, it started. I mean, well, I would say it didn't even start with Oprah. I would say it started with the nobody's asking about me, the South Africa of it all. But then flared up on Oprah interview, "Feel sorry for us." That's when she called her wedding a spectacle. I mean, it's just about rewriting history and becoming a victim.
Yeah.
Lying about the Archbishop. Go ahead.
I think they were sort of, yeah, you're right. I think they were sort of testing the waters when she first had Archie to
Okay.
play the victim, because no, I'm not talking
South
about,
Africa.
I'm not talking about the South Africa thing though. I'm talking about when Harry came out and of the stables at Windsor and he announced it and everything. And then it took forever for them to come out with the baby.
Yes.
And I think she was sort of playing off the fact that why should I have to share my life like this? Or I think she was sort of peppering us with the victim routine even before South Africa. That's kind of the impression I got, because I thought it was so interesting. What is this secrecy about this baby?
She wanted to be Princess Diana very early on, though. You have to remember that.
But even Princess Diana did the walk with Prince William. And
exactly. But nobody, but there wasn't that much of the anticipation for Archie. Archie is not going to be the future king.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a different vibe. And maybe she was jealous of Princess Catherine. I don't know. But yes,
part of that. And then I remember doing a lot of research into this at the time because I found that weird, the announcement so weird. It had to do with signing papers with CBS and giving them the exclusive.
Right.
So part of it was weirdness, I think, to merch Archie.
Yes.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, that's going to happen. I mean, they're going to merch those kids.
I mean, already are. Yeah.
And during that Hulu documentary, did you notice they called Archie? Yeah. Did you know? And then they just completely, they were like George, Charlotte, and Louis.
Absolutely.
That was so interesting to me. It's like that guy was just peddling for them,
but they're just hurting their kids in the long run. Because I can tell you, like, in Southern California, that's not going to fly. If she teaches those kids that that's their name, Prince Archie Sussex, that's not going to fly, guys. I mean, those kids are going to be damaged by the time they're 18. It's just not going to fly. So if they are there, who knows? I mean, the best thing might be for Harry to bring them back and let them be raised as royals. And
I think so.
I feel bad for the kids at this point if they.
Yeah, that's what I always say. To believe they're there.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know. I've said before, I think that they're there. I don't believe she carried them. Just my opinion.
I agree. I think it's surrogacy.
Yeah, can I say that on here?
Allegedly.
We'll just say allegedly.
I 100% allegedly agree that she was a surrogate. I don't believe for a second she carried those babies.
I don't
no
either.
way. No way. But do I believe that they're? Yeah, of course. They look just like her, and they have brown eyes now, and that's why she doesn't want anyone to see them. Because they don't look like Princess Diana. They don't look anything like Princess Diana.
We did a whole video.
We did a whole video on this, Jen, because Stephanie and I showed everyone on the video. Stephanie and I, when we were born, I had brown eyes, dark hair. Stephanie came out with blonde hair and blue eyes, just like my dad.
Then I switched.
And then she switched.
Dominant gene came in.
Dominant gene, which is Mediterranean. My mom is 100% Sicilian. So we all know what happened to Sicily, the Moors and I mean, that it's all that mixture.
But we did a whole video about how that's the reason why they don't really want to show them right now. I think the kids are coming into their own, and they are looking like Markles. That's what I believe.
Okay.
That doesn't sell in this world. Princess Diana sells in this world.
We believe that Lily has brown eyes.
Yes.
And that is the problem. That's the
like 10 of your videos I need to go watch. I'm so excited.
Like, I've always thought of that. I'm like, why don't they show the kids? But it would make sense that the kids don't look anything like what they describe them to look like.
Can't sell.
I mean, he even described Archie as a Spencer. He can't get away from that thing because the Wales kids, and it's no fault of their own.
No, right.
I mean, I'm happy I look like my mom. I got the brown hair and brown eyes too. Harry. It's not that big of a deal growing up with brown hair, brown eyes.
I think she's upset
but
about
I
it.
feel that it's Meghan that
I think she's
they
upset.
don't have that Spencer gene that they were trying to preach to all
And she's
of us.
also staying so far away from her own family. She doesn't want to have anything to do with her brother or her dad. So why in God's name would she want her daughter and her son to look anything like a Markle?
Yeah, I mean, she makes the kids, she photoshops Archie's hair in the Christmas shots.
Weird.
Red.
So weird.
And he doesn't have red hair. I mean, it's sad. It's sad to me that these kids, are getting photoshopped before they're even 5. It's creepy.
It's odd. Yeah, it very much is odd. And it's odd that, to your point you made a minute ago about they have no problem bringing up the Wales children, speaking their names and stuff, but they don't want, what did Dum Dum say? He said something like, that's classified when asked about his own children. I just find that so weird.
He said,
like, how's Harry as a dad? Something
like
that.
How are you as a dad?
Yeah.
That's classified. Or just simple questions they ask them, like when they asked Meghan on the Variety red carpet,
what are your projects, or what are you doing for Christmas?
Well, our kids are little. I mean, even Harry at the GMA interview said the same thing. Well, they're growing like all kids do. It's strange.
So that's it for part 1. I cannot wait to bring you part 2. So many more rebrands to go over. Again, thank you, Nancy and Stephanie, for sitting down and talking with me so long. We just had the best time going through all this stuff, talking about the ridiculousness that is Harry and Meghan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I can't wait for you to see the next part of this. So thank you for watching. Thank you for helping. If you were one of the ones that wrote me to tell me rebrand that you think that they did, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. It really helped with this daunting task and coming up with all the rebrands. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have the best day, and I can't wait for you to see part 2.